This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Monday, the 16th day of June in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. Guyanese and Commonwealth citizens who are eligible to vote in this year's elections on the 1st of September have until this coming Wednesday, the 18th of June, to register as the Guyana Elections Commission advances the process of producing an official list of electors. In an interview with News Source today, GECOM's Public Relations Officer Yolanda Ward said now that the preliminary list of electors is in circulation, claims and objections have commenced. However, the entire process will conclude on the 20th of June. Persons now have 3 days from today to make their claim for entry onto the official list of electors.
So you've never been registered, you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, then you can make a claim to entry in the OLE, provided that you will be 18 years or older by the 30th of June. So that's the first thing during the claims period. The second thing is if you would like to have changes or corrections done to your registration particulars. You've had a name change, you want to make certain corrections to your registration information because there has been a misspelling in your name or something of the sort, you can have that done. And importantly, you can apply for a transfer in relation to your address.
And to accommodate the influx of persons, the Election Secretariat has extended the office hours for its local offices. GECOM offices across the country will be open between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. for the next 3 days. It was noted, however, that persons who will attain the age of 18 after the 30th of June will not be eligible for inclusion on the official list of electors. Additionally, persons have until the 20th of June to file their objections to anyone who they suspect may not be eligible for inclusion on the official list of electors.
The objections really is for anyone whom you suspect may not be eligible for inclusion in the OLE. You can make an objection to that name or names of persons. But of course, I must caution that you can only object to a name or names of persons that are included in the same list that you're listed in. So you cannot, for example, be living in one subdivision and going into another subdivision to make that objection because your name is not on that other list. Your name must be in the same list as the name of the person that you're objecting to.
Objections are largely due to the names of deceased persons appearing on that preliminary list of electors. However, Ms. Ward noted that the burden of proof is usually on the person making the objection. It was noted that the laws provide for GECOM to remove the names of deceased persons from the list using official channels.
The law provides a system in place for GECOM to receive information from the General Register's Office with the amendments to the National Registration Act. There is also provision for us to receive from the Guyana Police Force as well as the Chief Medical Officer. We have been receiving those information, and as they receive, there is a procedure in place by which those names are removed from the list.
Ward said the statistics relating to the number of deceased persons removed from the list were not available at this time, but she assured that the names of deceased persons have been consistently removed. As of last week, there were 757,066 persons listed on the preliminary list of electors. Once the claims and objections exercise is completed, GECOM, according to Ward, will then move to compile the revised list of electors. She said the official list of electors will be available in early July, ahead of nomination day. Nomination day is set for the 14th of July. However, parties hoping to contest the general and regional elections must submit their symbols by the 22nd of June for approval. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, One day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Chasing a ride that takes you higher? Elevate your drive with the all-new Honda Elevate. Now at Merrick's, the Honda Elevate has a bold style, cutting-edge technology, sleek and modern interior, and intuitive controls that makes every journey feel elevated and comfortable. So, why wait? Drive a Honda Elevate today. It's brand new, 0 miles, 0 worries. Visit Merrick's, the home of Honda in Guyana, or call 226-1482 to learn more.
Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in men. It starts in the prostate, a small gland that plays a vital role in male reproductive health. Early stages often show no symptoms, but advanced cases can lead to difficulty urinating, blood in urine, or pain in the hips and back. Risks increases with age, family history, and lifestyle. Luckily, early detection saves lives. Simple screening like the PSA test or a routine checkup can make all the difference. Don't wait. Take charge of your health. Talk to your doctor about prostate cancer today. Early detection could save your life.
You've asked for it, and it's here. Ronald Hollingsworth, till I find a place in Guyana too. The Spanish baby.
That's it! You come and shut this baby up, yeah? This is scraping baby you got in, y'all.
See, ever since this baby born, you ain't take over, feed her, or nothing. What kind of father is you?
It's Godfather. This is what kind of father I be.
June 28 and 29, 8 p.m. at the National Cultural Center.
The baby can never be me own. You got to take the baby and turn to the father.
No me have okay?
Hear that? You hear that?
Tickets $3,000 and $2,500. Directed by Sharon Cadogan Taylor and Ronald Hollingsworth. Till I find a place in Guyana too. The Spanish baby.
Sponsored by Sylvie's Industrial Solutions, Camley's Academy, and the Ministry of Natural Resources.
Faced with a mountain of problems from clogged drains and flooding to the erection of illegal structures, the Georgetown Mayor and City Council is now considering the use of a management information system to track the growing issues within the city with the hope of having those issues effectively resolved in a timely manner. It was Councillor for the PPP Civic, Alfonso de Armas, who reminded the 30-member council today of the need for a management information system. At the time, the council was considering several recurring issues. Clearly frustrated, Mr. de Armas said he had made a proposal to the council months ago, but there has been no movement.
For it to be brought to the... No, for it to be... Yeah, but no, are they going to share in the group, TC, according to Council Alfonso? Let us treat with the matter of this, bring it to the city works on that. So, I'm saying to you that hear you.
City Mayor Alfred Mentor instructed that the management information system be considered as a matter of urgency. Once set up, the councillors will be able to track projects and issues within the city of Georgetown. Councillor Diarmas said it would also give residents an opportunity to lodge their complaints. Meanwhile, at today's meeting, among the other issues raised was that of flooding and the clogged drains in the Tocqueville community and neighboring areas. It has been a recurring issue dating back to April of last year, more than a year ago. And Deputy Mayor Denise Miller told the council she remains a victim with several others.
Often here, we oppose development. I don't think any right-thinking Guyanese oppose development. What we oppose is the haphazard manner on which things are done and cause citizens to suffer. If, as a deputy mayor, have to remove from the bottom of my home, it is a simple home. It's a poor home if you want to say that, but my home is very simple. I now have to reside upstairs because the downstairs, due to water coming in my house, I can't live downstairs. I can't cook downstairs. I don't want to bring the media because it's really sad. All my walls are now, you're getting mold on the walls because of the water in the area. And that has come because when Mr. Boss was there, I talk about what will happen when they build the pavement. They reduce water capacity, reduce the depth, and the water is now backing up in the entire Tocqueville terrace.
The city engineer has been instructed to revisit the area and address the issue. Meanwhile, encumbrances on the roads within the city, including construction material, was also discussed during today's meeting of the council. Homeowners and developers within the city are required to seek approval from the city council before they begin construction. Councillor Leland Sol argued that even in the case where permission is granted, there must be no encumbrances on the roadways.
Yes, good.
Our laws are clear. You cannot encumber the pave and the roadway. Why are we allowing people to store things on the roads for 3 months? What am I hearing? It was not happen. When I built my house in Georgetown, I had to take my thing in the yard. Would not have remained there.
Other issues discussed today centered around illegal structures being erected, including those by supermarkets and other businesses here in Georgetown. Let's tell you now that Vice President Barrett Jagdeo has announced that the government will not be signing any gas development agreement before the upcoming elections, saying to sign such a major deal on the eve of an election would be unethical. Fulcrum LNG, a United States-based company, has been selected by the government to design, finance, construct, and operate a gas project that will develop and monetize Guyana's natural gas reserves. At his last press conference on Thursday, Mr. Jagdeo was asked for an update on the signing of the agreement since the selection of the company.
We're more focused on the elections, so in any case, there'd be no agreement signed before the elections with any of these parties, because it would be, I think, unethical to do so in a major project of this nature. So right now, those negotiations would go on autopilot.
The government believes that the gas development deal will be transformational, already outlining a plan to use the profit from all the associated gas resources in the Stabroek Block for revenue generation for the country.
Because our attention is focused more on the elections. We have about 8 or something days more for the elections, and thereafter we will return to it with vigor. We will return to it with vigor because of what it portends for the future of this country. Massive wealth creation for our people, industrialization, revenue for the state, and by extension the people of the country. Transformation of its impact will be transformational.
Additionally, Mr. Jagdeo stated that the government has also put the brakes on signing new oil exploration agreements before September. Last year, Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat revealed that the government aims to enter into agreements with 4 companies: Total Energies in collaboration with Qatar Energy International and Petronas International Group Investments Inc. and Sibili Energy Limited for oil and gas exploration in Guyana.
I doubt that we will sign any of those in the next maybe 2 or 3 months too. If they have not been signed as yet, I think we should await after the elections.
A number of the major oil companies will be paying close attention to the upcoming elections here. The body of 34-year-old Guyanese national Coretta Blair Sandy was found yesterday in French Guyana, dumped in a swampy area a short distance away from where she lived. The woman and her husband, who is from French Guyana, were expected to arrive in Guyana a few days ago, but only the husband showed up and claimed that his wife had gotten shot in a crossfire in Suriname during their trip. Authorities in Suriname were contacted, and they said they had no such report of any shooting. The man was arrested in Guyana and questioned after the woman's family filed a police complaint. Authorities in French Guyana were alerted and made a discovery on Sunday afternoon. Investigations are ongoing tonight. 2 motorcyclists lost their lives tragically on Sunday night in a head-on collision along the Fort Kanji public road in New Amsterdam, Berbice. The 2 dead men have been identified as 25-year-old Junior Malcolm Matthews and 29-year-old Stephen Tillu. A police report on the incident explained that the 2 motorcyclists were riding their bikes in an opposite direction, both at a fast rate, when the tragedy occurred at around 8:55 last night. The police said both motorcyclists were about to pass each other when they collided. The 2 men were pitched onto the roadway, receiving multiple injuries to their head and bodies. Neither of the 2 was wearing a safety helmet. Shocked passers-by contacted the nearby New Amsterdam hospital, but both men appear to have died on the spot. The police said post-mortem examinations will be performed on their bodies this week.
A nation united for one powerful night of praise and worship. It's the One Guyana Worship Experience. Monday, July 7th, CARICOM Day at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, starting from 6 p.m. Join us for an unforgettable evening featuring international award-winning gospel ministers Chandler Moore, Todd Dulaney, Samuel Midas, Renwick Dewsbury. Out of Jamaica, the viral sensation, Prince Saj, also ministering. Faith Kurika, Cheryl Maloney, Timothy Roberts, Apostle Sean Sobers, Miriam Williams, Joshua Joe, and many more. The One Guyana Worship Experience, Monday, July 7th at the National Stadium. Admission is absolutely free, but you must secure your passes through your local churches, online, and designated outlets across the country. One nation, one people, one worship. The One Guyana Worship Experience. Don't miss it.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing June 16, 2025 to produce an official list of electors for the conduct of general and regional elections on September 1, 2025. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM will post the preliminary list of electors PLE in all of the registration divisions for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. If you do not apply for a transfer, you will have to go to the polling station where you will be listed to vote based on your previous residence. Wednesday, June 18, 2025 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact GECOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Guyana, it's time to uncap your weekend. Uncapped Marketplace is back Saturday, June 21st and Sunday, June 22nd at the National Stadium. Come shop the best in local sauces, spices, skincare, snacks, craft, and so much more. Meet your favorite agro-processors, discover new products, and walk away with unbeatable deals. Don't miss the excitement, the giveaways, and the reason we say proudly made in Guyana. That's Uncapped Marketplace, June 21st and 22nd. Support local, shop smart, and experience Uncapped.
New York York City. Summer is about to get hot. Saturday, August 2nd, SR Hamilton LLC presents Gospel Infusion. Featuring Samuel Meadows, Psycho, Eddie Neblett, Sean Daniels out of Trinidad, Christelle Brandt, Sherilyn Maloney, DJ Kesta D,
Timothy Roberts,
and many more at the South Jamaica Multi-Service Center, 11402 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard, Queens, New York. Gates open at 4 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Get your super early bird tickets for only $50. General admission $70. Pay more at the gate, and limited VIP $100 all inclusive. Come and experience the outpouring of God's grace Saturday, August 2nd. For more information, visit Gospel Infusion on Facebook and Instagram.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
3 Venezuelan men who allegedly chased down, beat and stabbed one of their own countrymen to death are being sought by the police for the murder. 30-year-old Venezuelan national and construction worker Omar Martinez Rodriguez was attacked and stabbed to death after being beaten on Saturday night outside the Panda supermarket in Good Fortune on the west bank of the Marara. The police said a security guard at the supermarket who witnessed the incident told investigators that the man was chased down and beaten by 3 other men before being brutally stabbed by one of the men. The police said all 3 suspects have been identified as Venezuelans, and they reportedly made good their escape just after the attack and stabbing death. The incident took place just before 8 p.m. on Saturday night. A police report said the attack initially started as the victim was in a taxi on his way home. The driver of that taxi reported that 2 men on a motorcycle pulled up alongside the taxi as it made a stop, jumped off their motorcycle and started to attack Rodriguez in the car. The driver said he managed to push the men off the victim and drove to the nearby supermarket. However, Rodriguez ran out of the car, and it is alleged that it was then that the 2 men were joined by another man who chased after him and attacked him. The police said the dead man's body bore multiple injuries to the hands, the neck, and the chest. A post-mortem examination is to be performed on the remains. A search is on the way tonight for the 3 suspects. A Father's Day outing in Linden among a group of friends turned tragic on Sunday when 21-year-old Berbice resident and mechanic Nazim Hamid drowned. The incident took place in the Demerara River in Kamaka on the outskirts of Linden. According to an eyewitness, the young man and his friends arrived at the beach and were seen hanging out and in a celebratory mood. However, less than 30 minutes after their arrival, other persons at the beach noticed the group giving distress signals. Several persons rushed over and were told that the 21-year-old man had encountered some difficulties while in the river and had vanished. An alarm was raised and the police were contacted as the group of friends could be seen crying and explaining that a young Nazim Hamid had drowned. They said it all happened very fast and an attempt by an onlooker to render assistance failed. The man's body is still to be recovered. Persons familiar with the area told News Source that the part of the river where the young man was last seen is where the current is strongest. An investigation is underway tonight. The Ethnic Relations Commission announced today that it has formally launched an investigation into several reprehensible and deeply offensive comments made by a woman identified as Jennifer Ali on social media against the family of 11-year-old Adriana Young, who died tragically back in April. In a statement this morning, the ERC said it has taken note of the vile and hateful expressions made on the Facebook page of Jennifer Ali and directed to the family of the dead child during their period of mourning. The commission said Ali's actions violate basic standards of decency and mutual respect that are essential to maintaining harmony in Guyana's multi-ethnic society. As part of its investigations, the ERC is seeking to engage with Jennifer Ali, who has been requested to report to the Ethnic Relations Commission to address the content and intent of her remarks. The Commission said the use of social media to spread hate, incite division, or cause psychological harm, especially in the context of bereavement, is unacceptable and contrary to the values enshrined in the Constitution. The ERC also said it will continue to monitor the matter and will act in accordance with its constitutional mandate to promote harmony, prevent ethnic or racial hostility, and encourage respectful public discourse. Despite several persons on social media calling out Jennifer Ali over her shocking and tasteless statements against the family of Adriana Young, she has not budged and has continued to make other reprehensible statements. The highest-ranking female officer in the Guyana Defense Force, Colonel Lorraine Foster, has successfully completed a Master of Science degree in National Resource Strategy, along with a diploma for the U.S. Joint Professional Military Education Phase 2 and senior level education at the Eisenhower School of the National Defense University in Washington, D.C. According to the GDF, Colonel Foster commenced training in 2024 after a competitive process and approval of the Guyana Defense Force Board. The GDF said her candidacy reflects the renewed position of the force to integrate and expose female officers and the ranks to strategic defense training. Chief of Defense Staff of the GDF, Brigadier Omar Khan, praised Colonel Foster's accomplishment, calling it a reflection of the caliber of leadership the GDF continues to cultivate.
The moment is coming. He has the ball. Will he make the shot? And he made it! Goal! This is the biggest win we've seen in ages. Feel the rush with every bet and win big. Play online at www.ibetgamesur.com.
With iBet Supreme, every game is your game. iBet to win with iBet Supreme.
Must be 18 years and older to bet.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing June 16, 2025 to produce an official list of electors for the conduct of general and regional elections on September 1, 2025. GECOM will post the preliminary list of electors in all registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and if your particulars are accurate. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not on the PLE. Apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered. Apply for a name change if you have changed your name. Apply for a correction if your particulars are incorrect. Any person applying for a change or correction must provide the relevant original source document, birth certificate and deed poll for a name change by deed poll, marriage certificate and ID card for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, naturalization certificate for correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of these transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Wednesday, June 18, 2025. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Buster presenting the new 500 milliliter. Wow. Buster flavorful. Make every meal better. Grab a Buster for drink, Buster move. Taste this. 500 ml, that's it. Buster for days, that's cool. Buster 500 milliliter is a brand new choice of my drink with my food. Vibing every munch, that's smooth. Introducing the new Buster 500 milliliter. Grab a bottle with your lunch today.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. GuyOil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of GuyOil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. GuyOil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing June 16, 2025 to produce an official list of electors for the conduct of general and regional elections on September 1, 2025. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2025 and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM will post the preliminary list of electors in all registration divisions for you to check if you are listed and if your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed on the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Friday, June 20, 2025. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall. In the region, a 5.6 magnitude earthquake that struck off Peru's central coast Sunday, rattling Lima and the port city of Callao, has left one person dead and 5 injured, authorities said. CNN, in a report, said the earthquake happened at 11:35 a.m. local time in the Pacific Ocean, quoting the United States Geological Survey. Its epicenter was located 14 miles southwest of Callao, west of the capital, Lima. A 36-year-old man died in northern Lima while standing outside his vehicle waiting for a passenger when a wall from the 4th floor of a building under construction detached and fell on his head, the police told a local radio station. The 5 people injured are being treated in hospitals, the Emergency Operations Center said. The agency also reported damage to roads and educational centers. Extreme hunger is intensifying in 13 global hotspots, with Gaza, Sudan, South Sudan, Haiti, and Mali at immediate risk of famine without urgent humanitarian intervention, a joint United Nations report warned on Monday. The hunger hotspots report by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization FAO and the World Food Programme WFP blame conflict, economic shocks, and climate-related hazards for conditions in the worst-hit areas. The report predicts food crises in the next 5 months. It called for investment and help to ensure aid delivery, which it said was being undermined by insecurity and funding gaps. WFP Executive Director Cindy McCain said, and I quote, "This report is a red alert. We know where hunger is rising and we know who is at risk," end of quote. Adding that without funding and access, WFP and FAO would not be able to save lives. And finally tonight, international news. Iranian missiles struck major Israeli cities on Monday, while Israel's prime minister said his country was on its way to eliminating threats from nuclear and missile facilities in Iran, and civilian casualties mounted on both sides. According to a report published by Reuters, after 4 days of conflict between the regional foes, Iran said its parliament was preparing a bill to leave the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty (NPT), adding that Tehran remained opposed to developing weapons of mass destruction. Passing the bill could take several weeks, but the move risks stoking deeper concerns about Iran's nuclear program in Western countries, which have long suspected Tehran wants to build nuclear weapons, a charge Iran denies. A foreign ministry spokesman said, and I quote, "Government has to enforce parliament bills, but such a proposal is just being prepared and we will coordinate in the later stages with parliament," end of quote. Israel, which said its military campaign will escalate in the coming days, began bombing Iran on Friday, saying Tehran was on the verge of building a nuclear bomb and targeting the nuclear and ballistic missile programs. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.